Hare Krishna to all the devotees, assembled devotees. I am very much thankful and I am really happy to see uh, devotees because I am coming from India, so uh, it was difficult to see devotees. But uh, when but luckily, because my brother is a devotee, so he is taking me to the place where only there are devotees, and I go to those places only where there are devotees. So I am lucky to see again devotees, and I am for last month I am spending most of the time in visiting places where there are programs. So I am happy to see, and please bless me so that I can also see again and again devotees, because seeing the devotees is a success in Krishna consciousness, right? So I am asked to speak. So uh, I would like that class be more interactive. I think because I don't like, and I also don't like to sleep in the class, and I also expect others not to sleep in the class, because the class is being, and I mean, where there is Krishna, where there is class, where there is chanting, where there is a talk on Krishna. So Krishna is personally present. Do you feel so? Yes. Okay. So our topic of discussion is how, of course, we are in the line, we are doing devotional service. So every one of us, the aim of all of us is definitely the love of Godhead, right? So how many of us, including myself, want to do kirtan? Everyone, right? Actually, uh, once one Prabhupada disciple came to Ahmedabad, ISKCON Ahmedabad. So she asked, how many of you are kirtaniyas? So I did not raise my hand. Before 10 years or 15 years back, this event happened actually. So I did not, and many of us did not raise our hands. But Mataji was a Prabhupada disciple. She is Yasomati Mataji. She's a Prabhupada disciple. So she said, she removed our confusion actually, that every one of us who is chanting is a Kirtaniya. Not necessary that we should be expert in singing, right? Every one of us is a Kirtaniya, right? Because in the movement, everybody should be Kirtaniya. Kirtaniya, so what is the meaning of Kirtan? Chant around, okay? Okay. Answer is okay. I want more answer. Anything spread the full environment across environment. Sorry? And spread. Spread, yes, that's also chanting. Any kind of glorification of the Supreme. Yes, that I was looking for. Glorification. So name is a glorification, and speaking about Krishna is also glorification, right? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us this formula that it is the duty of everyone. Jare dakho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. Amar agya guru hoy tare ei desh. Ei desh means the place where you are living, right? And Jare dakho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. So Prabhupada has explained in the purport that what is Krishna upadesh? What is Krishna upadesh? So Krishna upadesh is nothing but is about speaking about Krishna, the instruction of Krishna, and also the pastimes of Krishna. It's also, I mean, when you are speaking about Krishna, what will you speak? You will speak that yes, this is the message of Krishna. So where the message is, it is given in our scriptures two, primarily two. Which are those? Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Prabhupada has given us two more. I mean, Prabhupada has given many, right? But principally four. Bhagavad Gita, then Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Nectar of Devotion. These are the major ones. Of course, Prabhupada has given many more, right? So these are the major ones. So the okay, translation is going on. Okay, good. I like. Actually, yeah. So the message is the Krishna Bhagavad Gita. In Krishna Bhagavad Gita is giving the instructions and instructions for whole humanity, right? So this is a very striking feature which nobody talks, right? People are talking about, everyone talking about religion, right? But Krishna is speaking about spirituality, which also includes religion, but he is speaking primarily about spirituality. Spirituality is not related to any country, any race, any color, and that is why I like Krishna consciousness. Right? Everybody of you are also like this, because every one of us today, every one of us sitting in this meeting belongs to mostly Russian states, some are Americans and Europeans basically, and we are from India. So the common point is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. In many places, one place he says, Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loka Jivbhut Sanatana. Let us understand this fact. Mamai Vamsho, everyone is part and parcel of me, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Also in chapter 14 he says, Ahama Bija Pradapita. So I am the seed giving father of all the living entities. So so every one of us are brothers and sisters, right? So this is very striking, and it attracts any sane man, any intelligent person is attracted by this philosophy, and this philosophy is given in Bhagavad Gita. And this philosophy of Bhagavad Gita is further explained in Bhagavatam. Of course, Bhagavatam is a commentary on Vedanta Sutra. So Bhagavatam is another expansion of understanding of Krishna, in the sense that in Bhagavatam, Krishna and his devotees, Krishna and his world, spiritual world, material world, his expansion, his opulences, everything are discussed in Bhagavatam. So the two messages which we have to propagate as a devotee of Krishna, particularly related to the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, is to preach the glories of Krishna as described in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Right? So if we see why I am speaking, is because I got this realization from another devotee, and that's why I would like to speak about this realization. Is that the message of Krishna, as we know, is given in Bhagavad Gita. Now, Bhagavad Gita is consisting of 700 verses, 18 chapters, and Bhagavatam is 18,000 verses and 335 chapters, and the verses is 18,000, right? 18,000. So far, we have understood only Bhagavad Gita. If we are in the initial stage, we are asked to read Bhagavad Gita, then we should go to Bhagavatam as well. Why? Because Bhagavatam consists of 95% more, right? So because it is further explanation of our understanding of Krishna consciousness. So that is why we should also focus on Bhagavatam as well. So I would like to know how many of us are having Bhagavatam sets at their home. Bhagavatam sets. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita you have. Good. So those who do not have Bhagavatam, please get the Bhagavatam as early as possible. Right? Why? Because Bhagavatam, with Bhagavatam and with Chaitanya Charitamrita, we will get more taste of the when we chant the holy names. The reason I will tell you later on during the class. Now let us first understand that every one of us are chanting, right? Every one of us are chanting, right? But my chanting is different from his, or different from everybody is chanting in a specific way, right? But let us see how Prabhupada is chanting, how Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj is chanting, and how we are chanting. Everyone is chanting, but there is a difference. We are sadhaka, we are practicing devotees, right? We are practicing, we are not fully realized, but we have to go on that level, which Rup Goswami has very nicely explained in Nectar of Devotion, right? Nectar of Devotion. what is that? Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Originally it is Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, but Prabhupada has translated in English as Nectar of Devotion. And there is a famous verse. Uh, uh, Rup Goswami states that आदौ श्रद्धा ततो साधु संग अत भजन क्रिया तथो अनर्थ निवृत्ति स्यात् ततो निष्ठा रुचि तथा आसक्ति अत भाव प्रेम अभिदंचन्ति भवेत क्रमत. I mean, this is how their devotion of devotion to Lord Krishna is given in the steps. It is in the steps. So this I have drawn it with the help of my daughters here. They have tried to draw it, but this is very important in our life. That is why I want to stress that we have got some faith, so we are come here, right? We are chanting, we are doing some services. Later this stage develops into sadhu sang, and this is sadhu sang. Sadhu means association of the devotees. Now after sadhu sang comes bhajan kriya. Bhajan kriya includes chanting, bhajan kriya includes services, bhajan kriya includes chanting, glorifying, many other things, which of course prasadam, serving prasadam, honoring prasadam, right? So it comes when we associate with those devotees whose aim is clear, that our aim is to get the love of Godhead, love of Lord Sri Krishna. That is called Prema, right? So, but what happens generally is that as soon as we get initiation, then we think that now it's over, but it is actually the beginning, right? How many of you understand that it is a beginning of Krishna consciousness? Getting initiated is the beginning of Krishna consciousness, right? You agree? Now, after getting initiation, we have to progress further. But why we cannot progress further is because of our anarthas. The anartha has to be, have to be subsided, have to be, totally removed from our devotion. If we go on chanting and at the same time we cannot get rid of our anarthas, then it is like you have a disease and you are fighting with the disease, and you are also taking the medicine, and you are not taking the precaution as told by the doctor, right? For example, if you have a diabetes, you are taking the disease but at the same time consuming sweets and not taking proper care. That means by this way your diabetes is not going to be cured. So like another example, that you want to ignite fire, but you are igniting fire at the same time you are pouring water, right? It's clear. So Rup Goswami has given a very nice verse in the Nectar of Instruction, verse number 7. I mean, you can memorize this because it helps. It is not a matter of only memorization, right? How it helps when you chant, then you chant with a bhav or emotion. Now this emotion which we have, with our attachment to the family, attachment to our job, attachment to various things which is material, that is also attachment. But our attachment should be transferred to Krishna and his pure devotees in the form of our spiritual master. First, our prime attraction when we join in Krishna consciousness, that when we see a person who is more advanced in Krishna consciousness and we want to associate with them, especially our Guru Maharaj, I mean, whomsoever you have been initiated by, you are primarily attracted by those. I mean, he may be your initiating Guru, or also, or maybe some, inspiring, like, Siksha Guru. So you are attracted by those, right? Why? Because you see transcendental qualities in them, and then your attachment to that particular devotee increases and increases, right? So that is a good sign of progress. And at the same time, we should learn that all of us are practicing devotees. Prabhupada gives an example that mango, I don't know how the mango, I don't know whether mango, here there are different fruits. I have tasted these, no? There are different fruits here. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Bengal or in India, they say that the king of the fruit is mango, because mango is very sweet actually. It's very sweet. And if you happen to go to Mayapur, you can taste it. Right? So mango is, when it is raw, right? It is not sweet, but when it gets ripened, it's very sweet. So our case is like that. We are like raw mango. Is it speed is? Yeah. Am I speaking fast? Translation rule? No. No, okay. 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 Generally, I speak very simple English. We have to go a bit slow. Okay, okay. So the raw mango will soon get into ripe mango. It is a matter of only time, right? So there Rup Goswami gives this line which is called Adosh. What is that? No, no, not seventh, but before that. No, Utsahanisha Dhairyat. Utsahanisha Dhairyat. You have to have patience. Patience. I mean, you have to give some time. You have some question? Yes. Yeah, please.
So um, when we're speaking of those steps,
Yeah.
and when it comes to anartha nivritti, it's a little bit confusing to me because, and we are saying about time and mango example, but I feel like time is kind of same for everyone,
Right.
but at the same time, in this example, I don't feel like it's relative because to go through anartha nivritti faster or everyone has different time to go through anartha nivritti. Yeah. So on what that time depends, on how much we um, um, how much time and energy and effort we put into our sadhana, and all other things. It's like I just don't understand how to get through it quicker.
Yes, yes.
And when you say time, it
Yes.
means it means just you just do whatever you do and just
Yes.
wait.
Yes.
But it's not like
Yeah,
that.
it is not like that. Definitely, that is what I just want to clear, because every person or every devotee get initiated, and then after some time they do not find their progress, and everyone struggles. I mean, most of us, including myself, I'm struggling. But uh, uh, when I say time, then it is not, this time is not related to material time, like after 5 years or after 10 years you have to wait for 10 years. No, not like that. Even you can get uh, you get results within 6 months also, you can get it. But provided Prabhupada has said about this, that everything is there in Krishna consciousness. He has, I mean, I have heard from senior disciples and gurus that saying that Prabhupada has given us everything. But if we stick to that, uh, this was an example given in Dhruv Maharaj. When you refer Bhagavatam, Prabhupada has told in one of the purports, I don't remember which chapter it is, but Dhruv Maharaj got to see the Lord in 6 months. And Prabhupada said in his purport that if the devotees follow the principles, if I mean the principle is basically it's very simple but difficult to practice, and that is why we need guidance in every steps. Most of the time we do mistakes, right? But we need a person who is above us, who understands, who is mature. Not necessarily that every time our guru will correct me, but we need guidance at every step. Maybe gurus, some gurus nearest disciple can help us, or any disciple who is connected to the mission can help us. Not necessarily that he can be a devotee of any of the sampradayas, right? they will say the same thing. The principles remain the same, right? But when it is related, I mean, when we are, I mean, we are, as far as we are concerned, we are members of the Hare Krishna movement, that is ISKCON. So all guidance are available, but uh, we need to stick to those guidelines, and then it becomes simpler. For example, he says that Rup Goswami says that Syat Krishna Nam Adi Charitadi Sitapya, like the holy name is very tasty. It is as sweet as the sugar candy. Yeah, but I cannot taste it. I think for my, as I taste the holy name, I find it bitter because I am suffering from jaundice, right? So I cannot find the sugar sweeter as Rup Goswami, or as an acharya finds it. But what he says that anudinam means by regularly following the instruction, by regularly the the requirement is regularly doing the sadhana, rising early at 4, attending the mangal arati at 4:30, performing our chanting in devotees association, following the rules and regulations. This is the prescription. If we stick to this prescription, Prabhupada said just Dhruv Maharaj got, he saw, he got the darshan of Lord. So we can also be in a similar manner. Not difficult. Yes.
But at the same time, he got darshan. But at the same time, after that he got all this time.
Yes.
And kingdom, and
yes. Yes.
he didn't go back to Godhead right away.
Right. So because Dhruv Maharaj is an example of 4 kinds of devotees, right? One of, I mean, materialistic devotees, because Bhagavatam is like that. Bhagavatam is a case study of devotional service, right? Bhagavatam is an example wherein you, by hearing those pastimes, we get to know that what mistakes we should not do it. Like Dhruv Maharaj went, he wanted to see the Lord for his material, for his material requirement, right? He wanted the kingdom more higher than his forefathers. So for that reason, so that is why we are warned through this example that Lord is going to fulfill your desires, but you should assure what desires it should be. That is why Lord says in chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita, I think 12, that you create a desire within yourself to, to attain me. It is not possible initially, but that is why you have to read Bhagavatam. You have to take guidance from those devotees, right? Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, Kunti Maharani. See, there are different types of devotees, right? So this is a guidance for us, right? So even though he got, Lord wanted to show to others who are demanding material things from demigods or any other ways, right? Lord wanted to show that ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sathavi bhajami. You come to me, you whatever you, how much, I mean, to what proportionate you come to me, I reward you in that way, right? So if you come with material intention, he will reward in a such a way. He has given Dhruva Maharaj everything. Dhruva Lok is the highest in the planet, but to some other materialist person he does not reward. So why is it so? Because this is a special right given to the devotee, and that is why, these are the things, these are the examples. From these examples we can understand that how merciful is Lord to especially devotees, right? So that is the reason why he has, in Bhagavatam you will find different examples. There is an example of a lusty man also, like Ajamil, right? So he also could get, the kingdom of God, but after one more lifetime.
Right? So the time what Mataji is asking is proportionate to my level of desire. Like
Time is a factor, actually, is a factor
specific to the case.
Which depends, and it totally, sometimes you may get immediately, as in the verse of Bhagavad Gita says, and Prabhupada says that क्षिप्रम भवति धर्मात्मा शाश्वत शांति गति कौनते प्रतिजन न मे भक्ता प्रणश्यति. One time in Australia, I think, somebody was asking like this, when can I get Krishna? How can I get Krishna? So Prabhupada asked the devotee to read this verse. What is that? I just said, Shipram bhavati dharmatma, shashvat santi nigasati. He said, Prabhupada said, see, he says that immediately he becomes a righteous person. So, it it may take immediate time, or immediately he may be getting Krishna, or he may take lifetimes. The example of this one devotee, that one devotee, he was fighting for the Lord, Khatwang Maharaj, yeah, Khatwang, on behalf of Lord he was fighting. So he how much time he had? Few shun or something like that, right? So he got it. And yes, the same thing was asked by Parishit Maharaj actually in second canto. That Shukdev Goswami is talking about how to attain God, but then he thought, he was slightly depressed, Parishit Maharaj, that how can I get God? Then at that time, Shukdev Goswami told the example of Khatwang Maharaj. So it is not very difficult. See, Krishna, see, sometimes I wonder when I chant, Prabhupada says that we are the son of richest person. That relieves me. Relieves me all my misery for a few seconds. That we are the sons, we are the children of the Supreme Person. Huh? How can I be, rotting in this material world? Right? We are not ordinary. So we should always understand that Krishna is my master. My life is meant to serve him. This kind of emotions has to be there while chanting. Right? So what I was talking about, I lost actually. Okay. How the question I was answering, that it's a matter of time. I was just clearing that matter. That it all depends on, yeah, it depends on Krishna. But the example of mango why I gave is that we are on the right track. We should be hopeful, and that is one point which is called as a asha bandha. It comes into the bhav stage. Asha bandh. We should be hopeful that yes, I am rascal, but because I am following the instructions under Srila Prabhupada, so I should be sure that that I should be faithful to, at least that we should understand that, yeah, Krishna will look after me. Krishna will look after me. Like a small child. See, he is dependent on Krishna, on the parents, especially mother. Prabhupada used to give this example. You should chant in such a way that, like as a child cries for the mother. So we should be like that. But we become advanced. We tend to, when you grow up from childhood to youth, then we tend to criticize or tend to rebel our parents. And the same tendency continues when we rebel our guru, and we that is different path that leads to all offenses, and that is anartha nivritti. So that is anartha that we have to get rid of, right? So when we go into the fourth stage, so our anartha should slowly go down. So then nishtha comes, then ruchi comes, then asakti, then bhav, and then prem. That's a long way to go, but we should not get disappointed, because like mango, like mango. Take the example of mango. We should not be discerned. One day we will be mature. One day we will get the love of Krishna. That hope should be there. And that hope comes by how it will come? By strong association, by always chanting in pure. Of course, when we cannot chant in pure consciousness, then what should we do? Yes, yes. You should associate with those who have a taste of chanting. You should, whatever services you would like to do, you associate with those devotees who are advanced in that. That should be our. We should associate always. One time, one of the devotees, I was just asking few questions. He said, you should always think about Rup Goswami. You should always think about hires. Generally, what happens that we try to compare with other devotees. I have this opulence, I have this car, I have this education, I have that education, or no, he is high, my salary is high or low. So we are actually like this. We should not be like that. When we come in association with devotees, we should speak, we should discuss what have you yesterday, what have you studied. I have studied this. What is your conclusion? What that devotee, what Parikshit Maharaj tells, what Sukdev Goswami tells. So if we keep on this standard, then we will always be high. Always keep high. Stay high forever. Stay high for. Of course, here high forever is different, right? But Prabhupada has, in his books, he has, in a biography, it is stay high forever. He means param drishtva nivartate. He means always stay in Krishna consciousness, high forever. Right? So when we know offenses, when we chant, we cannot chant with pure consciousness. So why it happens? When we start chanting, we are not getting taste. Why it happens? That's right. That's right. Anarthas. That's the main reason. It can be, and the anarthas can be expanded into various limbs, but prime cause is anarthas. And what are those anarthas? Our Shadripu, 6 enemies: Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsya. I don't think I should go into this. We all know this, right? These anarthas we know, right? What to do? Anarthas are there. So we should step back. We should give up the bids. What should we do? Yes, continue. But then one way is to continue, right? What is the answer? Another one. What you can suggest something?
Listen more high to it.
Yes.
Emulate.
Yes. Yes. Go to a devotee. Try to hear the glories. Try to hear the glories of the Naam. Right? Naam. This is one answer.
So somebody who has it.
Yes.
That's very true.
Right. So sadhu sang is actually that. Sadhu sang is always try to associate with higher persons, higher good qualities. Then we will be having good qualities. Otherwise, generally we find devotees talking. Oh, they assume they are coming under the category of neophytes. They try to uh, they try to make uh, a concept in within themselves that no, it is not possible. We have to do like this. It was Prabhupada who did it. It was those devotees who did it. We are not Prabhupada. We cannot do it. So let us be on the same level. So we will always stay in the low level, and this will increase our anarthas many folds. Right. So this is a disease more dangerous than cancer. So nobody wants cancer. But what we should do? when we are chanting, we are not getting the test. One answer or common answer is that we should continue, we should hear the advanced devotees, or we should take guidance, right? Pray. Yes, pray sincerely. Yes. In fact, our Hare Krishna Mahamantra is nothing but praying only, right? Praying. So we should remember what Prabhupada says, praying as the child cries for the mother. We should try to. Often we are told when we're new in Krishna consciousness, often we are told that we should try and chant and hear, right? Now, out of the 10 offenses of the holy name, which offense do you think is a major? Yeah, everyone agrees? I think this is the main reason, because up to 1 to 9 we are sure, that is theoretical, that we understand that Krishna is supreme, and we don't we have that clarification, right? We are clear on that. So 10th offense is the only main factor, right? That inattentive chanting, right? So when we are, mostly this happens to us, inattentive chanting. So what should we do? So we have heard many lectures on the chanting of holy names by devotees. Like there are books given by our acharyas. One of them is Bhajan Rahasya by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So he has given a sequence of, and then also the Madhurya Kadambini is there by Bhakti, our Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Yeah. So we are going to discuss practically. After hearing those class, I have summarized some things, hearing from other devotees also. So how can we chant offenselessly as far as possible? We can try. We have to try. Remember, try. Our attempt is very important, because what Krishna is telling to Arjuna, and every time in every end of the chapter, he's again inspiring Arjuna, get up and fight. You know, in chapter 4, what is the last verse? Chapter 4, which is the last verse. See the chapter 4, which is the last verse. So that is why chapter 4, last verse. See, why I am telling you is that this will help us to really fight back the Maya. Let us see what is chapter 4, last verse. Yes. Tasmat ajnana sambutam rit stham jnana sthitam chitvayamam sanshayam yogam attishta uttishta bharata. Therefore, the doubts which have arisen in your heart out of ignorance should be slashed by the weapon of knowledge. Armed with yoga, O Bharata, stand and fight. This is chapter 4, transcendental knowledge. So he is saying fight. Again, in chapter 6, it is said that, chapter 6, that yato yato nischalati, where due to the instability of the mind, it will flicker from here and there, right? It is our duty to, to, to get it back in the right situation. So Krishna is telling, abhyas yogi yuktena. Again, he is telling in further in chapter, like, ashansayam sayam mahabaho, right? So abhyas by practice, by regularly practice, and we are doing sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti means practice. So example is given of a person who wants to be a gold medalist in Olympic or whatever. He want to be number one. So whole life he has to practice, and same thing is applicable here. Devotion means practice, and practice with knowledge. We don't have to do only mechanical, just chant. It is given by our acharyas, is given by the Lord, that what to do in such a situation. Lord says that you have to come back again and you have to practice. So I want to give you what I have heard from devotees, that when we start chanting, there are 4 things we should keep in our mind. What are those 4 things? 2 things are very, theoretical, and 2 things are very practical. You all know it, but it is a revision. While chanting, you should understand that name of the Lord is same as Lord. Nam and Nami are the same, which is coming from Padma Puran. Nama Chintamani Krishnasya Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta Abhinatvam Namina. At least we should remember this. Abhinatvam Namina. Padma Puran says that the Lord and his name are same. So when we are chanting, we are doing yajna. How many of us, when we honor prasad, even if we are very, tired or feeling sleepy, but we honor prasad. We never fall. I have never seen a person who has fall on his plate. That means uh, we can also honor the name. We have to honor the name because the Lord is present in the name, right? So if we keep this in mind, then we will be awake, and then we can chant. So first consideration, Nam and Nami are same. Second, when there is a distraction, then you should understand that because I am getting distracted, but Krishna is hearing me. You have invited me, but I am not attending you. A guest. I am inviting Navin Krishna Prabhu, but I am not seeing him. I am not offering him a seat. I am not offering him a seat. Then it is an insult to him, a guest. So Lord is the Supreme Personality, has come. You are chanting, and He has come in the form of His name. If I cannot chant, at least He is listening to me. He is listening to my chanting. So because He is listening, I may not be focused, but because He is listening, so if this thought comes in our mind, then our chanting will come to normal one. That no, we should chant purely because Lord is there. Because we are at, we think materially, we see from our material vision. So that is why we fail to understand that here is the Lord. In the form of picture He is there, in the form of name He is there. So that there is a need of reading scriptures. This sloka, Nam Chintamani, comes from Padma Puran, and it is given in Bhagavad Gita, it is given in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is given in Bhagavata. Many places Prabhupada has referred. So that is why when we read regularly, then we don't forget. We keep always like in our memory. So then by doing these 2 things, that first, what is that? Name is same as Lord. Second, because Lord is personally present, I am not focused, but He is hearing me, so I should chant. Second important thing are the 2 practical things. First, we should take care, our life should be changed to certain extent. Suppose when we chant, I should not have mobile phone with me, and I should not chant and see the mobile. This is a main blockage in these times. It is more dangerous than watching a TV, because watching a TV, before 20 years it was TV. Now it is mobile, very nearest to the heart, close to the heart. So this is a great distraction, technically called as a vikshape, right? So before millions of years, we know from Bhagavatam, uh, Bharat Maharaj got distracted, right? Ajamil got distracted, but now every moment you find billboard, every moment you are find, every time, every places you find distraction, and the distraction is officially now in mobile. So we should take care that we should either switch off or remove our mobile while chanting, because we are doing Sankirtan Yagya. Yagya means for Vishnu. Yagya also means Vishnu. Right? So we are doing Sankirtan Yagya. So that care should be taken. Secondly, that we should take care that whatever we eat should be only Krishna Prasad. Should be only Krishna Prasad. Why? Because Lord says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Vishaile Anya Khaile Dusht Hoive Man. In Bengali. It's the Bengali. Can everybody understand this? Vishaile Anna Khaile Malin Hoive Man. Understood? Okay, I will tell you. Vishaile means poisonous. The food in Bhagavad Gita chapter 3, the Lord mentions that if we prepare food for our sense gratification, then we are eating only sins. A person who is sinful cannot live peacefully. What to talk about chanting of the holy name? If he is sinful, how can he chant? How can he do service? So we should be careful. Like yesterday we did our Nirjala Ekadasi, right? Every one of us. So this is important. Every month we have two Ekadashis. So that is, following these very carefully. Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, वो कौन सा भजन है? That Shuddha Bhagat Charan Renu. He says, Madhava Tithi, Bhakati Janani, following these tithis like Ekadashi and appearance and disappearance of acharyas and also the Lord. We should follow those and we should take prasad very nicely offered, very nicely prepared and offered. We should not offer anything which we would like to eat. Lord has clearly mentioned what he wants in chapters. It should be offered in a very, lovingly, as a mother offers everything to the child. The mother takes care that the child should get proper nutrition, pure food. She will not put, she will not put any food. Suppose if it is fallen on the ground, it is dusty or it is impure. She will not feed this to her child. But when we go to outside hotel or restaurant, or even if we buy something prepared like drinks or outside cheese or various other things, it is not a proper time to discuss, but things which are prepared by non-devotees is not at all acceptable by Sri Krishna. So we should not offer those things to Krishna. We may think that this is prasad. No, because it is not offered in devotion. I may offer, but it was not prepared in devotion. It was not prepared with love for Krishna. So if we eat those thinking that it is prasad, it is not prasad. And we go on doing bhajan for millions of years. Bahu janme jadi koile sravan, tabau ta na paibe Krishna pade prem dhan. It's Bengali again, Chaitanya Charitamrita. You go on chanting for millions of years, but if you are not taking proper steps or proper food, then your chanting will not be effective. So that is, if you understand this, then you will take care and you can get rid of these anarthas in our devotion. So these are the things which I wanted to tell you. So that bhog. So our life should be such that it should be minimum. Of course, when we are not devotees, we were eating all nonsense things, drinking all nonsense things, associating with all nonsense people. But when we come into devotion, we should take proper care with our intelligence which Lord has given us. Whom to associate? We should associate minimum as possible, right? So, eating outside food, second. Then, second thing, practical thing which we can do is that we should always read Bhagavatam. We should always read Krishna book every day. I was told by a senior devotee of Srila Prabhupada, disciple of Prabhupada, that they used to read every day Krishna book and then drink milk and then go to sleep and morning they attend Mangal Aarti. So this should be our habit. At least reading Krishna book or Bhagavad Gita or Nectar of Devotion or Bhagavatam. So this will always make your thoughts very pure, and next day your chanting will be not much distracted. This is a helpful guideline. And you can also, it is very important that we should also sing some bhajan like Vaishnava song, right? Bhakti Vinod Thakur bhajan or Narottam Das Thakur bhajan. You can sing half an hour, 15 minutes. Every day we should make a practice. So these are two practical things. One is uh, prepare being free from bhogas, material attachment, right? In the form of eating, in the form of association. Not that we only eat, but we also associate with our ears. We also associate with our eyes, nose, smelling, everything. All our senses. We should be intelligent enough to decide what is good for me and what should I avoid. So this thing you can do. One point, that is practically you can take care of this, getting rid of these material attachment. Second, as I said, studying Bhagavatam, studying Krishna book every day, or and at the same time you can decide the time, Vaishnav bhajan and all that. So two things. So two theoretical things. What is that? Name of Krishna and name are the same, non-different. Abhinatvam namina. You can refer Padma Puran, this verse number, right? Nama Chintamani. You can just, when you are distracted, you just think about this verse. Second, that Lord is hearing me. I may not be focused, but Lord is hearing me. So I have to, because Lord is coming to hear. So two things theoretically and two things practical. Be free from the attachment, be free from outside food, minimize your attachment of hearing, listening, mobile and all that. And second is that read always Prabhupada books. So this will make your bhav while chanting, right? What is that bhav? Just one example. When I see a child, there are many small children here. So when a mother sees that child, see these two kids are coming. We see, you see, everyone sees. But when a mother sees that child, so there are difference of bhav, right? So when we are devotee, when we chant our rounds, our bhav is different than any other outside or any non-devotee chanting. And that is why this bhav is very important. And bhav comes by hearing. Bhav comes by association. Bhav comes by understanding the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. It is said by Gopal Guru Goswami. I think he has said 6 points, but one point I would like to tell you most important is mana samharanam. That means he says that chanting the holy name, it should be in proper understanding, sambandha gyan, that Krishna is God, I am his servant, he is our master and he is our benefactor. This should come in our mind while chanting. Then definitely when you practice like this, then definitely you will be free from anarth nivritti, all of us. And then we go to another stage, nishtha, then ruchi, then asakti. Example of asakti, I will give you asakti, example asakti. Asakti means attachment. Have you seen the bees? They go to find out some ras, nectar, and it closes. It closes and it is getting the nectar, but the bee does not come out. He remains trapped because he is attached. So that kind of attachment we have to develop. It is not, impossible. It is possible. So that is why given by our acharyas. We should be always prayerful to the Goswamis, to the acharyas, when we find the difficulties. The difficulties always we find, but we should be always praying when we are distracted and remember few of these things. So it will help us improve our chanting. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. If you have any questions or comments,